Hello, Virgos. So, I am being guided to read for you for Sunday instead of Saturday. I've just recorded the Tell Me Anything reading for all signs about Eris and the Golden Apple and the goddesses and all that business. And Paris having to choose between three goddesses, forced to choose between three goddesses, almost like a sacrificial lamb. Now, it seems to me that you do have a choice to make, Virgo, so the reading could be for you. The song that you got was Karmically Close by Alicia Zatic, and she says, she says, I know what you're thinking. Oh, it's gone from my head now. It's gone from my head. It's just so annoying. I don't know. See, the choosing, there's a line in there where there is a choice to be made. So I think it's a question. It's like, have you chosen yet? Or something like that she says in that song. So I feel like, Virgo, are you the one who has to choose? Haha. So it does feel like the way I'm being guided, it feels like there's a reason why I did that reading between Leo and you. And it feels like that's the order that I need to put these readings up. So your reading is going to be a day late, Virgo. And I'm really, really sorry it's going up on Sunday rather than Saturday. But there's probably some sort of reason for that. Either you had to make a choice and I couldn't influence it, and now we're here after the choice has been made, or it's like you had to see that reading first perhaps and now it's time to make a choice. I don't know, there's something playing out timing wise where you need to have your reading on Sunday. All right, babies. All right, babies, let's see what we get for you. Okay, that's probably a few too many. I'm seeing Temperance and the Wheel of Fortune. Be patient, the wheel is turning. There will be a Tower moment. There's that Eris energy coming in. Eris energy. Moving on and being inspired. Okay. I don't know if you are meditating a lot. The energy feels like slightly higher, calmer and higher than it has all week. Are you karmically close to someone? Now, karma can be good and bad. Star card, yeah, here we go. I can feel it in my crown chakra already. There's competition. There's fighting or conflict, drama, choices, beating the opposition. Now, if you watched the all signs reading that I did last week, I mean, it wasn't last week for me, but it will be for you. It will have gone up a week last Sunday, when you get this reading. I did have this thing about being up above the competition, or if there's conflicts around you, you need to go up, you need to go higher, you need to be above it. So I feel like this is kind of playing out for you. It feels very up, is the way that I can describe your energy right now. The Star card is about dreams and wishes and hope. Hope for something better, hope for something brighter. Also being divinely guided. You can see this beam of light kind of being beamed directly into her crown chakra there. And she's actually holding the star. Okay, so again, in that Tell Me Anything reading that I did last week, I was talking about how I've been getting kind of like stardust through, how I was like visualizing a star being taken from the sky and brought down and put into someone's heart. And then I got stardust and I was like, oh, that's what that is. You know, that explains it, because Claire Danes' character in that movie is a star on Earth. So this is kind of like, it's like a star being plucked down and now it's part of someone. So it could be talking about being divinely guided, having some kind of inspired idea or ambition, or giving me reach for the stars, climb every mountain high. It does look like she's possibly climbed a mountain. There's mountains below her here on this card. So I think you had Reach for the Stars by S Club 7. Is that what they're called? A few weeks back, because I remember telling a Virgo, I was like, it's so cheesy, it's so you. Reach for the stars, climb every mountain high. Rainbow shining over you. So the rainbows are back. That's a running theme for this week. If you go back and watch the last Sunday's all signs reading, rainbows were really, really key. There's a rainbow shining over you. That's where your dreams can all come true. Okay. So you're off somewhere, you're off on some kind of mental adventure, Virgo, I want to say. And you've got dreams and you've got hopes and you've got ambitions. It's interesting, there's water coming up here as well. There's like water being pulled up towards her heart center. So this is the pulling up of emotions. And she's actually in quite a dry space. So using your emotions, it's like a tree. I say when I meditate, it's like a tree. I mean, imagine I've got roots that go into the earth and branches that go up into the sky. So, and obviously roots draw up water. Water represents emotions. So there's some kind of like drawing up of emotions, like a pulling up of emotions. And then it's almost like she's pulling the emotions and pulling them into that star in her hands, which the star also has this kind of diamond energy at the moment for me, if you go and watch that old reading. So it's like pulling up, instead of like shining a light through the diamond and it refracting out, it's like, it's almost like as if you could put your water through the diamond, which symbolizes emotions. So emotions going into the diamond and kind of being projected out up into the sky. So it could talk about you praying or hoping for something, like emotionally. It's like going through. It's like the emotions are being filtered through that star, and then almost being transmuted into something else that's going off into space. Right. Okay. Interesting. Not a very grounded reading. Not what I'd expect from Virgos, but here we are. It's like a projector. It's like your emotions are being projected. Maybe that's what it is. Are you projecting your emotions onto someone or something else? Renewed hope, expectations, positivity, dreams arriving, rewards, divine timing, opportunities, seeing the beauty in your situation, optimistically collected. The star muse hears her name being called across the cosmos, and she rises to hear the beckoning optimism of those who allow her energy to settle in their hearts. Sorry, I'm just being reminded that in one of your readings recently, you did have this thing about being fixed, like trapped in your physical environment, and therefore like potentially astrally projecting out. So it could talk about your dream space, like what are you dreaming of at the moment, or it could just talk about your fantasies or your hopes, or when you let your mind wander, where does it go? When you sleep, do you dream of me? Right, that's that Karmically Close song. When you're asleep, do you dream of me? One foot in the water and one on land, she is able to draw on the power of the sea and the stars and use them to nourish her dreams. She feeds desires, deep self-discoveries and bright wishes for a better future. And with light and clarity, she offers you a powerful message of fulfillment and a joyous wink filled with the patience of hopeful expectations. Take a sip from her fountain of faith and believe in your incredible power to reach your goals. Open your heart to her starlight and sunshine. Starlight and sunshine is the same difference, right? A star is the sun. Suns are stars, stars are suns. Knowing that your magic is here for you today and that it brings with it a promise of renewed hope and trust in your ability to shine. What does a star do? They shine. That again is from Stardust. I don't know why it keeps coming out, but it does. So it's like somebody is made of, I mean, we're all made of stardust. I love that poem by, is it Erin Hunter? Is that a name? Or Erin Hansen? Erin Hansen, I think it is. We are made of stars. It's beautiful. And I think this is somebody who has that quality to them. They're giving me lightning seeds. Someone you know can sparkle and shine. So it's this grabbing of a star and it coming down to earth and being part of this person, this physical person. They're giving me, would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar, or would you rather be a fish? Again, this is kind of tying into the Tell Me Anything reading that I did. The fish can break the water, the fish can break the spell. In that Tell Me Anything reading, you have to go and watch it. There was Narcissus. Narcissus is in love with his own reflection in a pool of water. But the fish was almost this energy that was coming in that could break the surface of the water and therefore break the spell. Would you rather be a fish? Okay. All right, interesting. I mean, fish talk about prosperity as well in readings. You know, like koi and goldfish are symbolic of like wealth and prosperity. Salmon are fighters, that kind of nine of wands energy that fight against the tide to swim upstream. So there could be something about ambition or prosperity, or a choice between would you like to indulge a fantasy, a dream, or are you going to be grounded and practical and go for money? That could be a question that's coming up for you at the moment. Hope and trust in your ability to shine. Emerge, sweet light. The starlight calls. Emerge with dream alive and fill your sky with hope, enthrall, bright, wishful, trust arrive. Now, Leo's reading was somebody getting stuck in their own head. It's like Leo wanted to do something. They wanted to choose a new path, but they were scared, right? It's like the red flags go when you start to do something new, because you don't know how it's gonna turn out. So it's like the fear keeps you trapped in the thing that's familiar, right? And the thing that's familiar might not be right, because it's coming in with that kind of Eris magician wand energy of like immediate fulfillment, like immediate gratification, where going for something that feels more like a dream is actually the harder route to take, and it's scary. It is scary, but fortune favors the bold. Fortune and love favor the bold. So yeah, it's always up to the individual to make a choice, but she's looking forward. She's projecting her hopes, her emotions to the universe. So where is this gonna go, I wonder? I want to go to this deck next. Can I get animals, please? You're very, very concise. Somebody else had the bat. Who had the bat? Now, if this is you, this is almost like the astral projection, right? This is you reaching mentally, like reaching almost with like high priestess energy of mentally stretching out to feel out like the branches of a tree, right? Or tentacles, to feel out what's out there. It's almost like putting out the bat signal, right? Putting out the bat signal. I know that I'm excited for the new Batman movie. It looks really, really good. It looks like the stuff that I'm just going to talk about Batman for a second. Excuse me, sorry. It looks like the kind of stuff that I really like, because I like, you know, the way that Batflex, the way he moved in the bat suit, the way he fought. It was kind of like very heavily armored and slow, but like solid, and I like that fighting style, and it's got that, and it looks really, really good. I love Batman. I'm sorry, it's my favorite superhero. Yeah, he doesn't look too bad as well in the bat suit. He kind of has the right look to him, which I was skeptical at first. When I first found out that the guy from Twilight was going to be Batman, I was like, really? Really? But actually, he looks all right in the bat suit, and he does make a good Bruce Wayne, right? He's got that kind of preppy look to him as well. So I think he's they cast him well, actually, surprisingly, in that role. And then on top of that, like, sorry, I'm in geek mode, leave me alone for a minute. And then on top of that, like, he's got the right voice. I hated, who's that guy that was like the really popular Batman movies that I absolutely hate? He played that American Psycho. I can't think what his name is now. I really don't like the actor, to be honest. But he had like such a stupid Batman voice. It was so forced, and it just made me cringe for the entire time. And I couldn't get into those movies. They had such stupid plots. Like the plots didn't make any fucking sense. So I hated those three movies with that guy in. I really hated them. They were terrible Batman movies, in my opinion. And I know that's an unpopular opinion, but I'm gonna die on this hill. And I'm surprised actually that Pattinson, that's his name, the new one. I'm surprised actually that Pattinson looks like he's going to be a decent Batman, and he's got the voice. He actually looks right, you know. I like the way he moves. And Catwoman as well. Catwoman looks pretty decent in it too. So I'm excited for the new Batman movie, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know. Listen, when I go off on one of these side things, I go with it because there's probably something in that. Like some of you are probably sat there going, skip ahead, skip ahead. But someone, it might be sat there going, yes, exactly, I feel the same. Or someone else is like arguing with the screen. Or maybe like somebody's going watching Batman today. Or, you know, there's probably a reason for it. If I go off on a tangent, it always turns out to mean something to somebody. So I just roll with it. So sending out the bat signal. If somebody sends out the bat signal, they're signaling that they need help, right? So it feels like this psychic exploration, a psychic, almost like astral projection, or this sending out the tendrils, sending out the psychic feels to kind of like use that sonar to feel what's out there. Feels very, very, very intuitive. So let's read what the bat has to say. What does the bat say? I don't know why that came up. Again, anything that comes up in a reading is part of the reading. So foxes are talking at the moment as well. I'm curious to see if any foxes come out in any of the readings. It came out for Gemini. Darkness, letting go, death leading to rebirth. Before emerging, the bat waits for the sun to set and the moon to rise. In the darkness, it can see all that was invisible in the daylight hours. The bat is the master of the subtle senses, of the underlying forces that cause some things to prosper and others to fade. The bat card shows up to signify the ending of a chapter, the closing of a door. The bat comes swiftly, encouraging us to move on. In just a few hours, a new day dawns, no more lingering in the past. Accepts, adapts, and adjusts. When out of balance, refuses to let go or reminisces. Bring back into balance, watch the sunrise. All right, so let's find out more about what's going on here. So I want to know, what is Virgo supposed to let go of? Well, there's the closure. There's the ending of a chapter. Okay. It's almost backwards. I'm tempted to read it that way. I'm going to read it. I'm going to go with my instincts, because normally the world card, normally it goes like this in the tarot, right? No, you're going through, you're completing some kind of full cycle. So this is a leap of faith. This is a leap of faith to something new. This is the first card of the Major Arcana, and this is the last card of the Major Arcana. It's the whole of the Fool's journey. So you start out on something new, some kind of new venture, new project, new experience in your life. You go through all the different stages, all the different lessons it teaches you. You learn all the lessons, you know, tie together all the loose ends, you complete that cycle, and then the journey starts again with something new, right? You go on to the new thing. So it can often talk about, you know, it might be your single life, you know, your adult life, and then, oh, it's time to have children now, here comes a new chapter. It could be, I'm at university, I've learned everything I can do, I've graduated, right, what do I do next? It's that kind of energy. It's like there's some kind of big chapter in your life here that's closing out. They're giving me, I think it came through for Aries, which this is an Aries card. It's funny that it came through as I looked at this card. It was only a kiss, it was only a kiss. Taking off her dress. Now, did it come through for Aries? I just can't look. No, it didn't. This is a new song, I think. It's killing me. It's the Killers. It's taking control. Jealousy. Turning snakes into the sea. I just can't look. It's killing me. It could be that you've been being juggled, or you've been juggling two different situations. I'm hearing again, one is not like the other, with that like Eris energy. Of again, go and watch yesterday's All Signs reading. Jealousy, because Eris was jealous, and I was saying it was the Magician card, which can be Virgo energy. Have you been feeling jealous Virgo. Have you been in a situation where you've been juggled with somebody else? Like somebody could have had two partners perhaps, and when they go home to their other partner, or when they're not with you, you're thinking what that person could be doing with somebody else, right? Projecting your emotions onto someone else. So I want to say it's not necessarily true. You may not have been juggled, but there could be some kind of insecurity that you're projecting onto somebody else. There is clarity coming with the Sun card. The Sun is, everything's revealed, everything's out in the sunlight, and now you're free. No, so whatever comes to light, they're telling me something washes away. Washes away in the can't quite get it. There is an end to this situation. You're not, if there's been juggling going on, it's not going to continue to go on, right? There's going to be clarity, which is going to give you the freedom to close out a cycle. Now, I'm not saying that you have to close out the relationship. It could be that you have to choose between two different people. So you're going to choose one, close out the other one. It could be that you're being juggled. So you're either saying, right, let's get everything out in the open. Are we going to continue with this relationship, or are we going to go our separate ways? It does feel like there's kind of a judgment call being made here. Now, again, it doesn't have to be a relationship for you. It could be any situation. It could be a work situation, juggling two jobs, or juggling two different family members. But this is definitely projection. You projecting your emotions onto somebody else. You fantasizing or getting into your own head. He takes off her dress now. It could be having bad dreams, right? You're being told to get out of your head and into your heart here. There's definitely this thing about going higher, right? Like following your intuition, or paying attention to what your dreams are telling you. Now, your dreams could be telling, you could be having, I know somebody who does this, you could be having dreams where you're dreaming that your partner's cheating on you, and it could be that your intuition's right? It could be. Or it could be that you're projecting your own fear onto that partner. It could be that you're trapped in some kind of illusion. The moon here can symbolize illusions. And you need clarity. And she's actually holding the sun. So this is how she's getting clarity. So there's some kind of process here that she's doing where she's got emotions, right? Some of those emotions are justified, some of them aren't. So what she's doing is she's filtering them through this star energy, through this sunlight energy, to get the clarity. Out of my head, and I've been doing just fine. Tell me about that Two of Swords, because the Two of Swords is a crossroads or a blockage. It's like not being able to know or see what to do. Yeah, sorry, oh gosh, there's quite a bit there. Because there's actually, you can see there's actually multiple, it's almost like these are the two, there's two main beams coming out of her head. They're actually coming out of her eyes. So she's got this kind of, I don't know if you can see this very well. Let me stand up so I can see. She's actually got this yellow beam coming out of this eye and this blue beam coming out of this eye. So it's almost like there's two truths, right? She's filtering these emotions through this sun, which is the star energy, the diamond, which is giving her, it's fracturing the light. So it's almost like an analysis, right? Taking a lot of different emotions, analysing them, and also, and kind of coming to two scenarios. It's either this or it's this. There's two truths here, but then they're getting conflicted. Can you see, like, the thoughts are getting mixed up again? So kind of giving me this kind of like putting your hand over your eye, you know, like when you haven't, maybe somebody's having an eye test, you know, like you can put your hand over one eye and look at something, and put your hand over the other eye and look at something, and it'll be slightly different. And then when you look with both eyes, it's like that's when it becomes clear. So it could be that it's not one or the other, it's you have to look with both eyes. But here she's blindfolded. So there is something about vision and sight, and maybe like the left side and the right side of the brain telling you two different things, or the logical side and the intuitive side. King of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, and King of Pentacles. So there are two kings here. And it's interesting, these two are facing this way and these two are facing this way. The King and Queen of Pentacles are normally partnered in some way in the tarot. If they come out, especially if they come out from the same deck, which they have done. But then the white rabbit's looking this way, and there's the white horse. So normally the Queen and King of Pentacles represent two people who are partnered. Now this could be your parents, it could be husband and wife, long-term partners, business partners. They match basically. The Queen of Pentacles is normally someone who's like a kind of like a mothery figure. She's very, very nurturing. She can be a boss as well. She's very, very skilled. She's very knowledgeable. It's kind of like a practical kind of applied kind of knowledge. Like, I've done this so many times that I know how to do it blindfolded. Kind of energy. She has actually got her eyes closed. Something about that, like, I've done this so many times I could do it blindfolded. I work with somebody, they're not a Virgo, but they're a trained chef, and he was showing me once he can shut his eyes and chop a cucumber really fast, and I was like, oh my god, stop it, I can't look, I would chop my fingers off. But again, it's like he's done it so many times, he's got that practical skill. And this is kind of that Queen of Pentacles energy of somebody who's, again, King and Queen of Pentacles, it goes both ways, right? It cuts both ways, your love is like a knife, it cuts both ways, Gloria Estefan. I feel too much to let it go. It's hurting you and it's hard, I know, to stay and fight for what we've got, knowing it'll never be good enough. You and I are dangerous, we want too much, but love ain't that way. Something, don't be a fool. Haven't we already broken every rule? So I want to say that the Queen and King of Pentacles should be partnered. They should, they're a couple, they match, their energy matches. So this is telling me that there should be two people who should be together, and they're not. So this does look like people with the wrong partners, because you've got two people here, the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands. Now the King of Wands is there's nothing wrong with any of these people. All these people are good people. No one's come out in the reverse. The King of Wands is very bold, very passionate, kind of a brilliant leader, somebody who is kind of entrepreneurial. They trust the gut instincts, they do what feels right, but again, they've made a lot of mistakes. They've kind of they know what they want now, because perhaps they were a bit of a player in the past, but they kind of, or they dabbled in a lot of different things, but they kind of, through doing that, they kind of like processed it, and they kind of know what works for them now and what doesn't work for them. So they trust their own instincts, they trust the gut, because they've got that kind of experience. But it's a different kind of experience to the Queen of Pentacles, who's more like applied practical experience. The King of Wands is more like, if I jump off that cliff, I'm going to break my knee. I know, because I've done that before, so I'm not going to jump off the cliff this time. It's more of that kind of energy. But this partner's turned away, right? So the Queen of Pentacles is offering all this nurturing and support and caring energy. It's like she's packing the sandwiches, right, as he goes off to work, but he's not looking at her, he's looking off this way. And then over here we've got this Knight of Cups, this is kind of that kind of knight in shining armor, this romantic energy, this I love the Knight of Cups, but they can be a little bit flighty. It's Piscean energy. Just to kind of run through the energies, you've got Leo, Capricorn, Pisces, Taurus. Doesn't have to be those signs, it's just the energy. Could just be different aspects of the chart, like how these people love or something like this. The Knight of Cups, they're very, very romantic. They want to go in and be the hero in a situation. They want to go in and kind of tell people how they care about them, how much they love them. They want to offer support and love, but it's quite flighty. It's that kind of romantic, here today, gone tomorrow energy. But this person has love to give. They want to offer love to this King of Pentacles, but this King of Pentacles is turned away. They're looking at their money. So it's like nobody here. I want to say that these three people are all kind of self-interested. The King and Queen of Pentacles are both looking at the money. So they're focused on the work, they're focused on the money, they're focused on the career, they're focused on the practical things that need doing. The King of Wands is looking off in a different direction entirely. He's just following his passion, right? And it's a pretty big passion. He, she, they. It's a lady on this card. However it plays out, right? It doesn't have to be a specific gender. So, but this person's looking at their own cup as well. They're all looking at what they have to offer, and they're not actually, even though this person's facing this person's facing this person, the rabbit's looking over here in this direction, which the rabbit is, to me, is talking about this horse. So it's like this person, it seems to be about this person. So if I was going to say you're anyone, Virgo, I'd say you're this person here. So you're offering your support to this character who's kind of, you know, perhaps a little bit ruled by their impulses. They're off on the next adventure and you're supporting them. You know, you're being caring, you're supporting them, you're packing the lunchbox. But there's this energy with this white rabbit that I want to say is like the universe. It's like the universe wants to look at this as well, the white horse on this card here. So this white horse, this white rabbit, to me is almost like the universe wanting to carry you away on some sort of dream or on some sort of adventure here, to this person who actually matches your energy much better. It could be that you're feeling a little bit ignored, a little bit neglected. So it's like the universe is guiding you on this white horse, this white rabbit, this down the rabbit hole, right? This Alice in Wonderland energy that's playing out for me at the moment, to something that feels like a wish come true, right? A wish coming down to earth. And it's taking you towards this character. This character is looking at the money. You're looking over here. That's what's happening. So you're escaping into kind of some kind of fantasy world, some kind of dream world. And I feel like it's not even intentional. I feel like, you know, on a practical level, you're doing what needs to be done. You're being, you know, taking care of your tangible reality here. You're doing your work. You're washing your clothes. You're washing the pots. You're making the sandwiches. You know, you're brushing your hair. You're having a bath. You're doing all the practical things. But all the time, your mind is wandering, like without even any kind of intention, like through this kind of like star, wish fulfillment, fantasy, freedom, expansion, bright, happy. It's the happiest card in the deck. It's like your mind is taking you to a happier place where this person's going to nurture you the way that you're nurturing this person. You're sending out the back signal. It's like you're sending out a signal to the universe. I want somebody who matches me. Like I want somebody here who... I'm done nurturing this person. I want somebody to nurture me now, right? Something's closing out here. It does feel like you're the one juggling, either intentionally or not. You're juggling. How I was saying, you're projecting, right? So I want to say that you are partnered, but you're not feeling satisfied. So because you're not feeling satisfied, you're projecting that dissatisfaction onto your partner. You're almost saying, well, they're not interested in me, that maybe they're cheating on me, so maybe I'm going to go and cheat over here. It's that kind of energy. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a work thing. My boss isn't paying attention to me. Maybe I'm going to go and work for this other person. So, but I want to say that there is projection here. there's something going on internally for you that you're, so because it's inside you, you're suspecting it of your person. It's like, well, if I'm capable of it, they're capable of it, that kind of energy. And I don't think it's intentional. I don't think this is anything that you're doing like actively, like consciously. I think it's almost like your subconscious is it's like things that you'd probably feel, if you were doing it consciously, you'd probably feel very, very guilty about it. But it feels more like, again, it could be happening subconsciously in dreams, or you know, when you let your mind wander, when you start to fantasize, where does your mind go? Because that's what it says, right, in Karmically Close. Do you, when you're asleep, do you dream of me? Can I get some advice, please? So a week on Sunday, Virgo energy. Karmically Close. What's going on here? Can I get some guidance, please? So this is Angels Among Us. So this could actually represent somebody who's actually in your life, who's demonstrating the kind of energy. So that might guide you as well. If this person reminds you of somebody, that could be some kind of identifier for you. You've got Lord Ganesha and Goddess Lakshmi. That is actually a very lovely pair. I think they're married, right? Ganesha and Lakshmi married? I'll soon find out. Ganesha is the Lord of Obstacles. He places and removes obstacles in order to direct you to where you should be. Clear the path ahead, removal of obstacles. Goddess Lakshmi is associated with, I think she's associated with peacocks and lotus flowers, and prosperity and beauty and fortune. So the funny thing is, I was meditating last night. So this would have been, what day are we on? So it would have been Tuesday night. After I did Cancer's reading, I got really upset. It's what Cancer's energy does to me. It's a struggle. I was trying to get grounded. So I was just listening to music and meditating. And sometimes when I'm meditating, they show me like lotus flowers. So I was trying to do my usual thing where normally what I do when I start to meditate is I envision this pure white light running up and down my body. So kind of like through my spine, up into the sky and down into the earth, like a beam of light through my body. And it goes through the chakras, right? So it's just what I do in meditation. And then I try and focus it on that kind of star. So to me, like inside sort of my heart chakra, there's this kind of like diamond star power source. It's kind of like speaks to me of like your soul, your core, right? Your core energy. And so I was trying to, because I was feeling really tired as well, so I was trying to really engage in that kind of like core energy, and I was trying to like grow it, and I was struggling to kind of like, because I kind of force push the energy out, and I couldn't do it for some reason, and so I kind of relaxed into it a little bit more, and the energy changed, and it became kind of, I'd describe it as very, very gentle, very, very soft, and it was kind of like tendrils. So rather than this kind of beam of light that blasts out, it was pink, and it was sparkly, and it was soft, and like just very, very tenderly. And then it changed into this kind of like blossoming of this kind of lotus flower energy over and over and over again. It was like I was surrounded by a giant like Thumbelina, right? Like this giant lotus flower. So when I was actively trying to control the meditation and do what I normally do with this blasting light energy, it wasn't working for me. So I relaxed into it and was guided into, like, because sometimes I visualize actively and sometimes the visions come to me like inactively, and I was getting this kind of gorgeous lotus blossom energy. Now it came through for me, this I recognized the energy. It came through for me twice. Once when I'd been to see my mum when she was sick. Well, she is sick, and I wasn't sure if I was going to get to see her again, so I was quite upset. And so I meditated, and again, that was the first time I was shown this kind of, it's like a continually blossoming lotus. It's the first time I was ever shown it in meditation, I think. And it was really, really reassuring to me. So it's talking to me about unconditional love for the self as well, and being protected. And it also came through for me once in a Pisces reading. It's one of the quite recent ones if you wanted to go and look for it. It's like maybe 2 or 3 back. And it was this whole thing about unconditional love. It was just like I was holding this pink energy, and it was unconditional love. So the lotus flower for me at the moment is this kind of unconditional love, especially for the self, right? You like divine love for the self, and it's much more gentle than what I usually work with, which is this kind of like diamond star force push energy. It was very soothing, I want to say. So this probably some kind of lesson to learn in that. He's got lotus flowers on his shirt as well, look. He's got loads of them. Okay, so the lotus flowers are something. She's got a tattoo of it as well. I'm hearing blossoming prosperity. Blossoming prosperity. Well, that'd be nice, because that's what I kind of struggle with my Lilith in Capricorn. Yeah, a little bit of blossoming prosperity would be nice. Thanks, Lakshmi. Right, Lord Ganesha. Removal, I'm kind of, depending on like what app I use and things like that, I seem to be on the cusp of Leo Virgo for my rising sign. So I kind of like to think I'm Leo rising, but I think I'm actually a little bit more Virgo rising. So I'm claiming this reading. Removal of obstacles, clear path ahead. Lord Ganesha is the Hindu god known as the remover of obstacles. He is known to open roads and clear blocks, allowing for more ease on life's journey. Ganesha can help you to control the desires, habits, and thoughts that may distract you from your best and highest path. What did I say? Getting distracted, mind wandering, right? Known as the patron of the arts and sciences, Ganesha is the deva of intellect and wisdom and the god of new beginnings. I have to say, I cannot be left alone with my own thoughts. I drive myself crazy. Talking about my different placements, I've got a Gemini moon, a lot of Libra in my chart, which is a lot of air energy, which is swords and thoughts. So I drive myself crazy with my thoughts. So I need like distraction. Otherwise I just kind of, my mind wanders and goes to crazy places. So you may find that you do that as well. The road ahead is clear. Move forwards with courage, focus and courage. Love and relationships. If things have felt a bit stuck and stagnant in relationships, they may start clearing now. Do your part to clear up misunderstandings. Put yourself and your true feelings out there so you can move forward. What did I say? Work. Stay open to new opportunities. Take action to change your situation. Again, it could be you want to go and work for someone else, right, who matches your energy more. Home. Clear paths in your home. Put things away. Clear any physical obstacles to help shift energetic ones. Well, I need to tidy up all these decks of tarot cards that I've got on my floor. Money. Work through any money blocks that may be keeping you stuck financially. Well-being. Take some time to journal on the places and spaces you feel stuck and stagnant in your life. Set some intentions to make changes in those areas to begin to shift that energy. Spiritually, visualize all roads open ahead of you. You may like to work with a road opening spell. See any blocks being removed from your auric fields and know that the path ahead is clear. Work with yoga, chakra clearing, incense, and other cleansing tools and practices. Embody the energy of Lord Ganesha by visualizing all roads being open ahead of you, realizing that most of your blocks are self-created, and this means they can be self-cleared. Believe in yourself. Take steps towards your dreams, even if you can't see the whole path ahead. So that's interesting, that thing about most of your blocks are self-created, which means they can be self-cleared. This is what I feel like you've kind of done with this projecting energy. It's like you've projected your own insecurities onto others. So it's almost like you think they're going to say no to you without actually asking, because you think they're going to say no, right? It's almost like having imposter syndrome and projecting it onto others rather than giving people a chance. So again, it could be career and things like this for you too. And then Goddess Lakshmi, there is this energy of, again, it could be whoever these two people are. It feels like it's these two people, right? Or it could be those two people. I don't know. There's this kind of, there's definitely a perfect match here in this reading. Perfect match, right? Like your energy does match with somebody else's beautifully. Prosperity, fortune and beauty. Goddess Lakshmi is the Hindu goddess of prosperity, fortune and beauty. She is respected and revered in the Buddhist and Jain, and I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. I'm trying to hear it because I know I've heard it before, but I can't. Jain, Jain paths, as well as in New Age and other spiritual belief systems. Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth and can be called upon for any issues relating to money, finances, abundance, and material wealth, connecting you to the energy of prosperity consciousness. Lakshmi shows you that money is energy and that true wealth and abundance is not about how much money you have in the bank. It is a feeling, an energy, a way of being. All right, sharing is caring time. When I was upset yesterday after Cancer's reading, I did feel like I was going through this self-pity moment of everything I do fails. Nothing I ever do works out. Nothing I ever do is successful. Why do I bother? I was really beating myself up. And I think we all do from time to time. And I think that's actually, reading that back now, that's very, very comforting to me because, again, my Lilith is in Capricorn, so earning money is an issue for me. It's kind of a big blockage for me. Again, like imposter syndrome and shit like that. So the fact that I was given the lotus flower and it was so comforting to me, it feels like that energy coming in for me, and it's actually really comforting to me right now. Money is energy, and true wealth and abundance is not about how much money you have in the bank. It's a feeling, an energy, a way of being. Thank you, Lakshmi. The Oracle, prosperity now. Stay in gratitude for all that you have, no matter how much. Use your wealth in ways that light up your heart and soul. Remember that prosperity is not a number, it is a state of being. Love and relationships. Share your wealth with your loved ones. Be generous with your time, money, energy, skills, or talents. Work. Be grateful for the prosperity that flows into your life through the work that you do. Ask for a raise or look for better paying work while still being grateful for what you are earning in the here and now. Home. Place a statue or an image of Lakshmi in your home to honour her and your prosperity journey. Create a money altar. Money. Enjoy your prosperity and abundance. Well-being. Look at all the ways prosperity shows up in your life. Focus on gratitude. Take a spa day or do something to honour your own beauty. Spirituality. Work with and activate your prosperity consciousness by connecting with prosperity as an energy, a feeling and a consciousness that you can embody and carry with you. Visualize the energy of prosperity pouring into and through you, filling your auric fields. Embody the energy of Lakshmi by being grateful for all that you have, knowing that true prosperity is a state of mind, being generous with what you have, sharing your wealth, asking for what you are worth. That's what I have trouble with. Again, that Cappy and Lilith, asking for what you are worth. Like, I'm terrible. I'm really terrible. I'd be like an elephant working for peanuts. Like if I didn't kick myself from time to time. Spending money on things you love and value. Paying your bills on time with gratitude for the services received. Yeah, I do that all the time. Nothing I do is ever really motivated by money, and if I do something that's motivated by money, it never works out well for me. So kind of a hard lesson for me to learn in life is to do what feels right rather than what's going to earn me money, and that's difficult because then I don't have much money. Yeah, maybe that's a lesson I need to repeat to myself, and maybe a lesson that I can share with you today is money is doing something for the money is kind of soulless. I was getting this in the shower this morning, just to overshare again. When I was getting the Eris stuff, because I was kind of asking for answers while I was in the shower, so my guys were probably like, oh no, look away, why are you asking now? But your best ideas come to you when you're having a shower, I swear. So I was getting the Eris and the Apple stuff, right? Which I've talked about in that Tell Me Anything reading. And there was something else as well. What were they giving me? It was a song. It was Millennium again by Robbie Williams. That's the song that came through for the previous Tell Me Anything reading, which went up last Saturday, or will have gone up. It's coming up for me. It's like the future for me, but the past for you. It's so strange. But yeah, Millennium. We've got stars directing our fate, and they're saying it's not too late, millennium. And then I was going through the song and the lyrics in the song because it's what I was given. And I was like, there's a message in here. And it's, he's basically talking about people working for money and getting very, very jaded and like having liposuction and stuff like that. And, you know, caring, it felt very, very soulless. And it's like, well, how can you fly then? How can you transcend if you are motivated by material things and physical, you know, surface level beauty rather than the true nature of your soul? So it's like you should always choose your soul. You should always choose the lotus in your heart or the star in your heart. And what is that telling you? Because that's the true path to prosperity. So I want to say, if you're trying to do something for money or for fame or for something that's shallow, right, or surface level, and you're getting obstacles put in your path, that's this Ganesha energy saying that is not the right path for you. That's not what you should be doing. Think again. And then if you're connecting to that star or lotus flower in your heart space, whatever your true soul is, that's the higher path, I want to say. So this is what's happening. This is why I want to say, when you're doing your work or you're taking care of like the material things, because she's so focused on the money, but she's literally blind, right? So it's kind of giving me that I was blind, but now I see energy of like somebody who's been blinded by the matrix, if you want to put it that way, the careers, the money, the shiny things, you know, the insta lie was coming through in that previous Tell Me Anything reading, where actually I want to say that the rabbit is kind of like your soul. Your soul's looking in a different direction. Your soul wants to lead you to something that's more spiritual and more authentic and you know, truly fortunate. It's also coming in with this kind of pigs might fly energy, but the pig is flying. So if you thought something was a pipe dream or impossible, I want to say it's not. And you may get some clarity around that soon. All right, that was a really interesting reading, Virgo. I kind of had the feeling it was going to be a big one. Again, because I was pushed to do that Eris reading yesterday and pushed to push your reading back once. So yeah, I feel like you've got choices to make, but maybe you're not seeing them because you're so focused on money, work, career, finances, the bright and shiny things, right? The thing that's in your hands. But I almost feel like the thing that's in your hand is blinding you, because they're all distracted. That's the thing. They're all distracted by what's in the hands, right? They're so focused on what's right there, because that came through again in the Eris reading. It's like they're all so distracted by what's right in front of them that they're not paying attention to like the soul's calling, except for these two. And this, it's almost like this is spirit, right? This is spirit guiding you or trying to get you to go in a new direction. All right, I hope that was helpful to you, Virgo. I'm going to leave it there. Do take care of yourselves and connect to what your intuition's telling you. I can't believe that reading was an hour. Oh my God, I'm meant to be doing short readings. Do take care of yourselves, and I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey, just before I go, it's just a funny little thing, but I thought I'd share. So while I was doing that reading, I got a text message. So I finished the reading, I recorded on my phone, finished the reading, looked at my phone, looked at the text, and it was my daughter. She's in school and she texted me, "Dude, I held space rocks." So while I've been doing this reading talking about holding a star from space, right, my daughter's at school literally holding a rock from space. I don't know, there's something to that, right? Maybe it's talking about, maybe it's a metaphor for dreams becoming a reality. I hope so. I thought I'd share anyway. Do take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.